Hey onda, thanks for watching Doing Life with Jenny. If you're new here, I'm currently a Spanish teacher in the US, but at the end of this school year, I'm packing up and moving to the state of Hidalgo, Mexico, where I'm building a house. Today, we're talking about if I am Mexican or Hispanic in general, and seeing the results of my DNA test. Spoiler alert, I have already seen the results. I took the test several years ago. I'll put the date of when on the screen. But every several months to a year, they do send a little update if something has changed. Stick around to the very end for a funny DNA test story that isn't related to today's video, but DNA test related. So maybe 70 to 75% of the time, when someone learns that I'm fluent in Spanish or that I'm moving to Mexico, they ask if I am Hispanic or Mexican. And when I say no, they're like, oh, what about your parents or your grandparents? They think I must have some kind of Hispanic in me. Before you take a look at me and say, well, obviously she's not, Hispanics come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. Black, white, blonde, red hair, red hair, blue eyes, green eyes, brown eyes. You cannot necessarily tell by looking. Before we jump into my DNA test results, let me tell you a few things about me that could convince you that perhaps I am. I am well versed when it comes to dancing. I dance all genres of Latin, merengue, salsa, bachata, cumbia, things you've never heard of probably, like huapangos, zapateados, banda, norteñas. I do have a device to make homemade tortillas. I'll insert a picture on the screen because I've already packed it away for the move. And that's probably about it without being too vague where it might apply to anybody. So let's take a look at the results. I used Ancestry.com. So I originally took the test in 2017, but like I was saying, every so often they send me an update where the percentages change slightly, or maybe a country appears or disappears. So, as you see, not an ounce of Hispanic in me. I am 40% England/Northwestern Europe. I am 26% Scottish, 19% Irish, 10% Germanic Europe, so that can include Germany, Austria, Switzerland, any of the German-speaking countries, 3% Swedish or Denmarkian, Dane, right? And the last one has changed since they last notified me, 2% Norwegian. Before I had like 1% or less than 1% of like Indian or Pakistani, but that has since gone away. So no, I am not Hispanic at all. My test results didn't really surprise me at all. It was basically what my family had told me based on the little that we knew or what we suspected. The only thing I was expecting to see is some kind of Native American, because supposedly my great-great-grandma or great-great-great-grandma was 100% Cherokee Indian, but that's not showing. But I just read the other day that it could still be true that I just didn't get that gene from what would be on my dad's side, because my dad's sister and one of my cousins on my dad's side, they definitely have very dark features, like their skin tans very easily. I definitely didn't get that characteristic, so it might be true. But yeah, this is very interesting. I'm about as white as they get. So my funny DNA test story. Once upon a time ago, I got a box at my house from 23andMe. I did not order a kit from them. Like, I thought about it. When I did my research, it was between 23andMe and Ancestry.com. Don't ask me how I chose because it was too long ago, but I went with Ancestry.com, obviously. So I thought it was like some kind of advertising, but they took it a step farther where they already sent you the spit tube, so you're more inclined to like sign up, right? So I throw it away because I'm not going to spend money on it. I've already done a DNA test, although it would be neat to compare the two results, right? Well, fast forward a couple weeks from then, and my friend from Florida that I met swing dancing asked me if I got my Christmas present in the mail. My Christmas present? No, what was it? And it was a 23andMe DNA test kit. And then I'm like, oh. So I emailed 23andMe and let them know what happened, and they sent another testing kit for free. Oops. I waited like the appropriate amount of time, and then I told him like months later what had happened. If you ever mail someone a surprise gift, give them a little heads up so they don't think it's trash or I went to the wrong address or something, because I didn't have his name on it or anything. Yeah, if you know about your family's background, I would love to hear about that in the comments section. I do find it pretty fascinating. If you would like to continue following me in my journey in moving from the US to Mexico, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Ciao!